Lesson 203, Handling Form Values with a Java Bean. Okay, in this lesson, we're going to combine our last two lessons in order to grab the values from our form using the Java Bean that we just learned how to create. So we're going to go to our Spring Initializer, select Next, give it a name. This time we're going to call it Spring Boot 203. Copy it. Hit Next and select the web and time leaf dependencies, and you know you have them selected properly when you see them over here on the right listed, and select Next and then set my project name and click Finish. Once it's done doing all the imports either on its own or maybe it asks me like this right here, I'll have my button up here in the upper right hand corner, and I'm going to create my song class the way I did before. So I'm going to expand my project, expand source, expand main, and expand Java, and then right click on the package and create a new class that I'm going to call song. When that's complete, I'm going to put my private member variables inside, and I am not going to type them. I'm just going to paste them in. But once you have them, then we can generate our getters and setters, and I'm going to generate all of them. And now I have my song bean, and I'm also going to create a controller in this application. So I'm going to click back on my package, right click and say new Java class, and call it home controller. And annotation at controller. So I'm going to select this, and inside I'm going to have two URLs that I'm handling. The first one is going to be a get mapping. We're going to get to it with the get verb, and we're going to call it song form. And so this will be called public string load form page. And I'm going to bring a model in because once I load my form, I want to send it the bean that I've created. And we'll show you what we mean in a second. So it will be model.addAttribute song, comma, new song. And then of course I load the template. So return song form, which of course means I'll have to create a template called song form. And then once someone submits the form, it's going to go to a post mapping called song form. Public string, and actually I'm just going to go ahead and cheat for the rest of this one. So I'm going to copy the text, paste it in here. So load from page at model attribute, and closing curly bracket. Oh, and this is a problem sometimes when you copy and paste things. If it tries to give you intelligent quotes where they lean into each other, IntelliJ doesn't know what those are, so it doesn't count them as matching. It wants the regular straight up and down quotes. All right. So anyway, what's happening in this code is here we're grabbing a new blank song object to pass to the form. Then when you fill in the values, when someone submits the form, at model attribute tells it there's going to be a variable called lowercase s song of type uppercase s song that it's going to catch, and then it's going to pass on to the new page which is the confirm song page. And we're going to show you how all that works together when we look at the template. So we're going to go to resources, templates, and create a new HTML file called song form. And after like the first lesson or so, what I do just to kind of like save space and time is, see how we have an empty body tag here? I'm just going to give you what goes inside the body tag, unless what goes in the header is important. So I'm going to copy this, paste, and then I'm going to copy this and paste. And we still have the same problem with the quotes, so hold on for a second while I fix them. Okay, so now I have all my quotes fixed. And so what we have here is pretty much a regular HTML form where, in addition to the regular action, we have a TH action so that it submits to song form, which we had in the first example. But we also have TH object, which is telling it that the song object that we passed to this template right here, take whatever object that's there and pass it to the form. And so because that was an object of type song, we can load the different attributes, name, artist, album, rating, year, into these variables using the TH field values. And then once you submit this, it's going to come back to the controller here. It's going to catch it, put it in this variable, and then take that variable and pass it on to the next template, the confirm song template. And let's go ahead and create that. Now, everything doesn't have to be called song here, but I just did it for simplicity's sake. So we're going to have a new HTML file called confirm song. And then once we have that, I'm going to grab that text, copy it, paste it in here, and we have another problem with the quotes. Here we go. Now that it's finished loading, we can go back to our browser, load up our form, and notice nothing happens, and that's because we don't have an endpoint for just the default route. Our only endpoints are for song form. So we're going to go back here and say /song form. And it's going to ask me the name of an album, so I'm going to say 1999 by Prince. The album was 1999. The rating was a 10 out of 10. And the year that it came out was 1982. And hit submit. And notice that when it gives us back, this is the what we did on the confirm song template. It filled in all of these values for us. And it was just that simple.